Every individual possesses untapped potential, a reservoir of inner strength, creativity, and capability that often remains dormant due to a variety of reasons. Many people go through life without realizing the true extent of their abilities, and this often results in a life lived below their potential. Understanding your inner potential is about recognizing that within you, there lies the power to overcome obstacles, achieve great success, and live a life filled with purpose and fulfillment. The process of unlocking this potential requires awareness, introspection, and a willingness to challenge the limitations imposed by your own mind and the world around you. From the earliest stages of life, human beings are influenced by the environment they grow up in. Parents, teachers, society, and peers often shape one's perceptions of what is possible or impossible, of what one is capable of achieving. These external influences form the foundation of a person's belief system, which over time can either support or stifle the development of potential. For many, the voice of doubt grows louder than the voice of possibility. This is where the challenge begins. To unleash your inner power, the first step is to understand that this power exists, even if you have never fully experienced it before. It is common for people to associate their potential with their current circumstances or past experiences. For instance, someone has faced failure repeatedly or has been told they are not capable of achieving certain things. They may internalize these messages and accept them as truth. This is one of the biggest hurdles in realizing inner potential. The mind tends to create a narrative based on past experiences, and if these experiences are negative, they can form a mental barrier that prevents growth. However, potential is not confined by the past. It is not limited by what has happened to you, nor is it dictated by what others believe about you. The essence of potential lies in its limitless nature. It is the possibility of becoming more, of doing more, and of achieving more than you previously thought possible. One of the reasons people fail to realize their inner potential is that they do not take the time to reflect on what they truly want in life. Many are caught up in the routine of day-to-day living, focusing on immediate tasks and short-term goals without considering the bigger picture. They may be living a life that is dictated by societal expectations or external pressures rather than one that is aligned with their deepest desires and passions. To understand your inner potential, it is crucial to take a step back and ask yourself important questions. What do you truly want to achieve? What drives you? What drives you? What are your strengths and passions? These questions allow you to tap into the deeper layers of your being, beyond the surface level distractions and noise of everyday life. Another important aspect of understanding inner potential is recognizing that it is not something that can be fully measured or defined by traditional metrics of success. Society often places a high value on external achievements such as wealth, status, and power. While these can be indicators of success, they do not necessarily reflect the true extent of a person's potential. Potential is much more than the pursuit of external rewards. It is about the ability to grow, evolve, and contribute in meaningful ways. It is about living a life that is aligned with your values and purpose rather than simply chasing societal benchmarks of success. Many individuals have a narrow view of their abilities, believing that they are only capable of excelling in certain areas while neglecting others. This limited perspective can prevent them from exploring new opportunities and developing new skills. To unlock your inner potential, it is essential to embrace a mindset of curiosity and openness. Be willing to step outside of your comfort zone and try new things, even if they seem daunting at first. The more you challenge yourself, the more you will discover about your capabilities. Growth occurs when you push beyond what you already know and explore the unknown. One of the most powerful realizations you can have is that your potential is not fixed. It is something that can expand over time. This idea is closely related to the concept of a growth mindset, a term popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck. A growth mindset is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. When you adopt a growth mindset, you see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as obstacles. You understand that failure is not a reflection of your worth or ability, but rather a stepping stone on the path to success. By cultivating a growth mindset, you open yourself up to the possibility of achieving far more than you initially thought possible. Another critical factor in unlocking your inner potential is the role of self-belief. The beliefs you hold about yourself have a profound impact on your ability to tap into your potential. If you believe that you are capable of achieving great things, you are more likely to take the necessary steps to pursue your goals and overcome challenges. On the other hand, if you doubt your abilities or believe that success is beyond your reach, you are more likely to give up at the first sign of difficulty. Building self-belief is not an overnight process, but it can be developed through consistent practice. Affirmations, visualization, and surrounding yourself with supportive, positive influences can help reinforce the belief that you are capable of achieving your goals. Fear is another significant barrier that prevents many people from realizing their inner potential. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, and fear of the unknown can hold you back from pursuing your dreams. However, fear is often a sign that you are on the verge of growth. When you step outside of your comfort zone and face your fears, you begin to tap into a deeper level of strength and resilience. The more you confront your fears, the more you will realize that they are often exaggerated in your mind. By moving through fear rather than avoiding it, you can access a higher level of potential that was previously hidden. It is also important to recognize that unlocking your inner potential is not a one-time event, but an ongoing journey. As you grow and evolve, your potential continues to expand. There will always be new challenges to overcome and new opportunities to pursue. The key is to stay committed to the process of growth and to continue seeking ways to improve yourself. This may involve learning new skills, seeking out mentors, or taking on new challenges that push you to grow. The more you invest in your personal development, the more you will unlock your inner potential. In summary, understanding your inner potential is about recognizing that within you lies a vast reservoir of strength, creativity, and capability. It requires challenging the limiting beliefs and mental barriers that have held you back in the past. It involves taking time to reflect on your true desires and aligning your life with your values and passions. By embracing a growth mindset, building self-belief, and confronting fear, you can begin to unlock the potential that exists within you. This process is not linear, and it will involve setbacks and challenges, but with perseverance and a commitment to growth, you can achieve far more than you ever imagined. Your potential is limitless, and the journey to unleashing it is one of the most rewarding paths you can take.
One of the most challenging aspects of taking responsibility for your life is dealing with external circumstances that are genuinely beyond your control. Life is unpredictable, and there will always be things that happen to you that you didn't plan for or want. Illness, financial difficulties, accidents, or losing a job, to name a few. While you can't always control these events, you can control how you respond to them. Taking responsibility in these situations means accepting that while the event itself may not be your fault, how you choose to move forward is entirely within your control. Do you let these challenges define you, or do you use them as opportunities to grow and build resilience? This mindset is crucial for maintaining a sense of agency in your life, even when things seem out of your hands. Taking responsibility also extends to your relationships. It means acknowledging your role in both the successes and failures of your interactions with others. In relationships, it's easy to blame the other person for misunderstandings, conflicts, or unmet expectations. However, taking responsibility means reflecting on how your actions, words, or attitudes may have contributed to the situation. It requires the humility to admit when you're wrong and the courage to communicate openly and work towards solutions. By taking responsibility in your relationships, you foster trust and respect, and you also empower yourself to make changes that improve the quality of those connections. When both parties take responsibility for their own behavior, relationships can thrive and grow stronger over time. One of the most liberating aspects of taking responsibility for your life is that it allows you to create the future you want. When you acknowledge that your current situation is a result of past choices, you realize that your future will be shaped by the choices you make today. This realization is incredibly empowering because it means you have the ability to change your life at any moment. If you're not happy with where you are, whether it's in your career, relationships, or personal development, you can take steps to change it. The future is not something that happens to you. It's something you actively create through the decisions you make and the actions you take. However, taking responsibility doesn't mean carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders or blaming yourself for everything that goes wrong. It's important to distinguish between taking responsibility for your life and taking on unnecessary guilt or burden. Life is a complex interplay of individual actions and external factors, and not everything is within your control. Taking responsibility is about focusing on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and responses, rather than trying to control everything around you. It's about being proactive rather than reactive, choosing to move forward rather than getting stuck in blame or regret. Another important aspect of taking responsibility is cultivating self-discipline. When you take responsibility for your life, you understand that achieving your goals requires consistent effort and discipline. It's easy to get distracted or to procrastinate, but self-discipline is what keeps you focused on what truly matters. By taking responsibility for your actions, you commit to doing what needs to be done, even when it's difficult or uncomfortable. This might mean sticking to a fitness routine, managing your finances wisely, or working on a personal project that requires long-term dedication. Self-discipline is a form of self-respect, as it demonstrates that you value your goals and are willing to put in the necessary effort to achieve them. Taking responsibility also involves setting boundaries. When you take responsibility for your life, you become more intentional about how you spend your time and energy. You recognize that your time is a finite resource, and you make conscious choices about how to use it. This often means setting boundaries with people, activities, or habits that do not align with your goals or values. It requires the ability to say no when necessary and to prioritize what is truly important. By taking responsibility for your time, you become more productive, focused, and aligned with your long-term vision. Ultimately, taking responsibility for your life is about ownership, owning your choices, your actions, your emotions, and your future. It's about stepping into the role of the creator of your own life rather than being a passive observer. It requires a commitment to personal growth, the willingness to face challenges head-on, and the understanding that every choice you make has an impact on your life. While it may feel daunting at times, taking responsibility is the key to unlocking your potential and creating a life that is truly fulfilling. When you take responsibility, you stop waiting for life to happen and start making life happen. You become the author of your story, and in doing so, you open the door to endless possibilities for growth, success, and happiness. Mindset plays a crucial role in shaping the course of our lives. It is the lens through which we view the world, interpret experiences, and determine our actions. A growth mindset is the belief that abilities, talents, and intelligence can be developed over time through effort, learning, and persistence. This mindset contrasts with a fixed mindset, which holds that these qualities are innate and unchangeable. The difference between these two perspectives is profound, as it influences how we approach challenges, how resilient we are in the face of setbacks, and ultimately, how much we can achieve. The power of adopting a growth mindset lies in its ability to unlock potential, foster continuous self-improvement, and create a foundation for long-term success. One of the defining characteristics of a growth mindset is the understanding that effort is the path to mastery. In a fixed mindset, effort is often viewed as a sign of inadequacy. People with this mindset believe that if they have to try hard, it means they lack the natural talent required for success. In contrast, those with a growth mindset see effort as an essential part of the learning process. They understand that talent alone is not enough to achieve great things. Sustained effort over time is what leads to mastery. This belief encourages perseverance, even when progress seems slow or difficult. Rather than being discouraged by the need for hard work, Individuals with a growth mindset embrace it as a necessary and rewarding aspect of growth. Challenges are another area where the difference between a growth mindset and a fixed mindset becomes apparent. For someone with a fixed mindset, challenges are often seen as threats to their competence. They may avoid difficult tasks out of fear that they will fail and confirm their perceived limitations. In contrast, a person with a growth mindset views challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. They understand that facing challenges, even if it results in failure, is an essential part of the journey toward improvement. This perspective fosters resilience because it allows individuals to see setbacks not as permanent roadblocks, but as stepping stones toward success. Instead of being discouraged by challenges, they become motivated to find new strategies, learn from their mistakes, and continue pushing forward. The way individuals with a growth mindset view failure is fundamentally different from those with a fixed mindset. In a fixed mindset, failure is often interpreted as a reflection of one's inherent abilities. If you fail, it's because you're not good enough. And this belief can lead to feelings of shame, discouragement, and a desire to give up. However, in a growth mindset, failure is seen as a natural and valuable part of the learning process. It's not an indicator of one's worth or potential, but rather a temporary setback that provides useful feedback. People with a growth mindset ask themselves, "What can I learn from this?" and use failure as an opportunity to adjust their approach and try again. This mindset not only makes them more resilient, but also more likely to take risks, knowing that even if they fail, they will grow and improve in the process. The belief in the power of learning is central to a growth mindset. People with this mindset understand that no one is born knowing everything, and that learning is a lifelong journey. They are curious, open to new information, and constantly seek out opportunities to expand their knowledge and skills. This love of learning fuels their personal and professional growth because it keeps them open to new possibilities. Whether through formal education, self-study, or learning from experiences, individuals with a growth mindset never stop evolving. They see every situation, whether positive or negative, as an opportunity to learn something new, which in turn increases their ability to adapt and thrive in an ever-changing world. One of the most important aspects of a growth mindset is the belief in the malleability of intelligence and abilities. While a fixed mindset assumes that intelligence is static and unchangeable, a growth mindset holds that intelligence can be developed through effort, practice, and persistence. This belief is empowering because it means that one's potential is not predetermined by genetics or early life circumstances. Instead, anyone can improve and excel in any area with dedication and hard work. This belief also removes the fear of inadequacy because it reinforces the idea that no one is expected to be perfect or all-knowing from the start. Growth and improvement are the goals, and with time and effort, anyone can achieve them. Feedback is another critical element in the growth mindset. For someone with a fixed mindset, feedback is often perceived as criticism, a personal attack on their abilities or worth. This can lead to defensiveness, avoidance of feedback, or even a refusal to accept it. In contrast, individuals with a growth mindset view feedback as a valuable tool for improvement. They understand that constructive criticism is not a judgment of their abilities, but an opportunity to learn and grow. By embracing feedback, they can identify areas where they need to improve and take actionable steps to address those areas. This openness to feedback not only accelerates their development, but also fosters stronger relationships with mentors, colleagues, and peers who appreciate their willingness to learn and adapt. A growth mindset also has a profound impact on how people perceive the success of others. In a fixed mindset, the success of others can be seen as a threat or a reminder of one's own perceived shortcomings. This often leads to feelings of jealousy or resentment, as well as a tendency to compare oneself unfavorably to others. However, in a growth mindset, the success of others is viewed as inspiring and motivating. People with this mindset understand that someone else's success does not diminish their own potential for success. Instead of feeling threatened, they are curious about what the other person did to achieve their goals and how they can apply similar strategies to their own journey. This perspective fosters a collaborative and supportive environment where individuals celebrate each other's successes and learn from one another. Adopting a growth mindset also leads to a greater sense of purpose and fulfillment. When you believe that your abilities can grow and improve over time, you are more likely to set meaningful goals that challenge you to stretch beyond your current limits. Rather than settling for what comes easily, you pursue goals that require effort, learning, and persistence. This pursuit of growth gives life a sense of purpose because it's not about achieving perfection, but about continual self-improvement. As you work toward your goals, you experience the satisfaction that comes from knowing you are growing, evolving, and becoming the best version of yourself. This sense of purpose extends beyond personal achievement, as people with a growth mindset often seek ways to contribute to the growth and development of others, creating a positive ripple effect in their communities and workplaces.
Limiting beliefs are powerful mental constructs that shape how we perceive the world, what we believe we are capable of, and the boundaries we place on our potential. These beliefs often stem from past experiences, societal conditioning, and the influence of others, shaping an internal narrative that can restrict our growth and prevent us from achieving our goals. Breaking free from limiting beliefs is one of the most critical steps in unleashing your inner power, as these beliefs are often the invisible chains holding us back from realizing our true potential. From childhood, we are often shaped by the words and actions of those around us. Parents, teachers, and peers unknowingly imprint certain ideas in our minds, sometimes nurturing, but other times harmful. A child who is constantly told they are not good enough, or who witnesses others being labeled in negative ways, may internalize these beliefs and carry them into adulthood. These limiting beliefs may sound like, "I'm not smart enough, I don't have the right skills," or "people like me can't succeed in that field." As these thoughts are repeated over time, they become ingrained as truths. They silently dictate choices, creating self-imposed boundaries that restrict possibilities. One of the most common sources of limiting beliefs is fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. These fears often stem from past failures or negative experiences that have left emotional scars. When we try something and fail, our minds can interpret that failure as proof of our inadequacy, creating a belief that we are incapable of succeeding in that area. Over time, this belief grows stronger as we avoid situations where failure could occur, reinforcing the idea that we should not even try. This cycle of fear and avoidance becomes a barrier to personal growth, keeping us in our comfort zones and preventing us from taking the necessary risks to expand our horizons. Societal norms and expectations also play a significant role in shaping limiting beliefs. Society often imposes certain standards of success, intelligence, and worth that are narrowly defined and do not account for the diversity of human potential. For instance, someone who does not fit the traditional mold of academic success may internalize the belief that they are not intelligent, even though intelligence manifests in many different forms. Similarly, societal pressures around appearance, wealth, and status can lead individuals to feel unworthy or incapable if they do not meet these arbitrary benchmarks. These societal pressures create a distorted view of what is possible, limiting one's belief in their own unique abilities and potential. The first step in breaking limiting beliefs is awareness. It's essential to recognize that these beliefs exist and to understand where they come from. Many people go through life without ever questioning the beliefs they hold about themselves, assuming that these thoughts are facts. However, limiting beliefs are not truths, they are perceptions. By acknowledging that they exist, you open the door to challenging and ultimately changing them. Self-reflection is a powerful tool in this process. You take time to examine your thoughts, especially in moments when you feel doubt or hesitation. Ask yourself, what is the belief behind this feeling? Is this belief really true? Often, you will find that these beliefs are based on assumptions rather than facts. Once you have identified a limiting belief, the next step is to challenge it. This involves questioning the validity of the belief and looking for evidence that contradicts it. For instance, if you hold the belief that you are not capable of succeeding in a particular area, ask yourself if there are examples in your life where you have succeeded in similar situations. Look for instances where you have overcome challenges, learned new skills, or achieved goals despite initial doubts. By finding evidence that disproves your limiting beliefs, you begin to weaken their hold on you. It's also important to challenge the belief by imagining a life where it does not exist. Another powerful way to break limiting beliefs is through reframing. Reframing involves changing the way you interpret a situation or belief to see it in a more empowering light. For instance, instead of viewing failure as proof of inadequacy, you can reframe it as a learning experience that brings you one step closer to success. By shifting your perspective, you can transform limiting beliefs into growth opportunities. Reframing also involves adopting more positive and empowering language. Replace limiting statements like "I can't" with "I'm learning how to" or "I'm getting better at this." Simple shift in language can have a profound impact on your mindset and how you approach challenges. It's also essential to understand that breaking limiting beliefs requires consistent effort. These beliefs have often been ingrained over many years, so they will not disappear overnight. It takes time and repetition to rewire your thinking and replace old limiting beliefs with new empowering ones. This is where practices like affirmations, visualization, and journaling can be incredibly helpful. Affirmations are positive statements that reinforce your belief in your capabilities. By repeating affirmations daily, you can start to reprogram your subconscious mind to align with more empowering beliefs. Visualization is another powerful tool, as it allows you to mentally rehearse success and build confidence in your abilities. Journaling can help you track your progress and reflect on moments when you successfully challenge your limiting beliefs. Surrounding yourself with supportive and positive influences is also crucial in the process of breaking limiting beliefs. The people you spend time with can either reinforce or challenge your beliefs. If you are surrounded by individuals who doubt your abilities or constantly criticize you, it will be much harder to break free from limiting beliefs. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with people who believe in you, who encourage you to pursue your goals, and who challenge you to think bigger, you will find it much easier to dismantle the mental barriers holding you back. Mentors, coaches, and supportive friends can offer valuable perspectives and help you see possibilities you may have overlooked. Breaking limiting beliefs also requires a willingness to embrace discomfort. Growth does not occur in the comfort zone. When you challenge a limiting belief, you are likely to experience fear, doubt, and resistance. This is normal as your mind is trying to protect you from the unknown. However, it is important to push through this discomfort and take action despite the fear. Each time you step outside of your comfort zone and take a risk, you weaken the power of your limiting beliefs. Over time, what once felt impossible will become possible, and your confidence in your abilities will grow. Another key aspect of breaking limiting beliefs is understanding that failure is part of the process. Many people hold limiting beliefs because they fear failure and view it as a reflection of their worth. However, failure is not the opposite of success, it is a part of success. Every successful person has experienced failure at some point, and it is often through failure the most valuable lessons are learned. By changing your relationship with failure and seeing it as an opportunity for growth rather than a sign of inadequacy, you can begin to dismantle the limiting beliefs that hold you back. In conclusion, breaking limiting beliefs is an essential step in unleashing your inner potential. These beliefs, often formed through past experiences, societal pressures, and fear, create invisible barriers that limit what you believe is possible for your life. By becoming aware of these beliefs, challenging their validity, and adopting new, empowering perspectives, you can begin to free yourself from their grip. This process requires consistent effort, a willingness to embrace discomfort, and the support of positive influences. As you break through your limiting beliefs, you will open yourself up to new possibilities, discover greater confidence in your abilities, and unlock the potential that has always been within you. Taking responsibility for your life is one of the most empowering yet challenging principles of personal growth. It means recognizing that the state of your life, your successes, failures, happiness, and even your disappointments are largely a result of your own decisions, actions, and mindset. It can be tempting to blame external factors when things don't go as planned. Many people look to external circumstances such as their upbringing, the economy, relationships, or sheer bad luck to explain why they haven't achieved what they want. However, by placing responsibility outside of yourself, you also surrender your power to change your situation. Taking full responsibility requires acknowledging that while you can't control everything that happens to you, you can control how you respond to it, and more importantly, how you shape your life moving forward. The moment you take responsibility for your life, you reclaim your personal power. This power lies in the ability to make choices, whether about how you spend your time, who you surround yourself with, or how you approach challenges. When you accept that your decisions have led you to your current position, you open up the possibility to make new decisions that can take you in a different direction. It shifts the focus from feeling like a victim of circumstances to becoming an active participant in your life's narrative. This shift in mindset is crucial for personal growth and success because it places the control back in your hands. Instead of waiting for life to happen to you, you begin to realize that you have the ability to influence your outcomes through your actions and attitudes. Taking responsibility also means letting go of excuses. Excuses are the stories we tell ourselves to justify why we haven't done something or achieved what we desire. They are the rationalizations that keep us stuck in our comfort zone. Common excuses might include lack of time, lack of resources, fear of failure, or blaming other people for not supporting us. While these excuses may feel valid, they ultimately hinder progress. When you catch yourself making excuses, it's a sign that you're avoiding responsibility. To break free from this pattern, it's important to challenge those excuses and ask yourself whether they are genuinely insurmountable obstacles or just mental barriers. More often than not, you'll find that with a shift in perspective or approach, you can overcome the things that seem like barriers. Another key aspect of taking responsibility for your life is owning your mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, and failure is a natural part of life. However, what differentiates successful people from those who remain stuck is their willingness to own their mistakes and learn from them. When you take responsibility for your mistakes, you stop blaming others or external circumstances and start looking at what you could have done differently. This allows you to grow and improve. It fosters a mindset of accountability where you begin to understand that every action you take has consequences, and even if the outcome is not what you hope for, there is always a lesson to be learned. In contrast, those who avoid responsibility often repeat the same mistakes because they fail to recognize their role in the situation. Taking responsibility also requires a level of emotional maturity. It means accepting that your emotions, thoughts, and behaviors are within your control. Many people believe that their feelings are caused by external factors, such as other people's actions or life circumstances. While external events can certainly trigger emotions, how you choose to interpret and react to them is entirely within your power. For example, if someone treats you poorly, you might feel hurt or angry, but how long you hold on to that anger and whether you allow it to affect your mood and behavior is your choice. Emotional responsibility means acknowledging that you are the creator of your emotional experience. By managing your emotional state, you can make more conscious choices that lead to better outcomes in both your personal and professional life.